quick draw is about optical illusions, and it's made using simple lines, straight lines and curved lines. You're going to need a pencil, maybe an eraser, and definitely a piece of paper. So this is all about creating the appearance of 3 dimensions on a flat surface without using perspective. So these curved and straight areas of these lines will suggest that something is rising off of the surface. In the case of this drawing, it's a tracing of my hand. So it's really easy to do. Let me go ahead and show you how to make this. Begin by tracing your hand. You can spread your fingers out and get your hand high enough on the page so you have a little bit of wrist and arm in there as well. You want to hold the pencil vertically. You don't want to angle it in underneath your fingers, but hold it vertically. Start at the bottom of the page. Take your time to go exactly along the path of your hand as you can. You want to hold a little bit of pressure against your skin and go slowly so that you don't overshoot any areas of your hand. And the reason you want to hold your pencil vertically is that if you hold it at an angle, you will distort the outline of your hand, and it will not look very good. You'll end up with super duper skinny fingers, most likely. And that's not going to look good. Okay, so almost done here. Taking extra care. Now, you may want to go back over this in certain areas to fix any parts of the line that got away from you. I know for a fact that one of my fingertips has a bit of a bump in it right here. The pencil slipped a little bit and it made a bit of a bump, so I'm gonna round that off a little bit and get that looking good. Okay. Any places where the line didn't come out dark enough, you can go back and fill that in. Okay. So that looks like a complete outline. So just using an eraser here to get rid of any stray marks that may have made it into my tracing. Clean things up, refine that outline. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Right, so in order to create the optical illusion and make this look like it's coming up off of the paper, it's all about getting our lines to be as straight as possible outside of the hand, but once they hit the inside area of this outline, they bounce. So that's going to give it a 3-dimensional look. I'm just going to start right here, and I'm going to make this line as straight as possible until it hits the edge of that finger. And then I'm going to curve upwards fairly sharply and back down. And I want to get it to be the same level as where it started. So if you're having difficulty with this part, I recommend making the line, the straight part of the line, before you do the bounces inside the shape. So something like this, and then you can come back and you can give this curve the right amplitude or the right amount of curvature for what you're trying to do. So it'll look something like that with a complete pass. I'll do one more. Okay, again, and you want to keep these lines no more than 1/4 inch apart. You don't have to measure that. Your eye is a good enough measuring tool, but no more than the width of a pencil. That's about the width of my pencil. Okay, so I'm just doing the straight parts first, like I showed you earlier. Okay, and then I can come back and I can do the curves. just like that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of this in a time lapse, and we'll see how it looks. So here's the finished product. You can see these areas where the curves are kind of give the optical illusion that this is sitting off of the surface with a flat background. It's almost like it's lifting up through the lines. Here and there, I suggested the appearance of some knuckles, so that's why some of the lines, instead of going up and then coming across and going down, kind of have a bit of wave to them in here. It gets a little bit tricky down in the wrist area and kind of near the thumb, the top of the thumb. It almost looks like wood grain, but as long as you try to get that to curve up and over, it'll give the illusion that it's coming off the surface. Sometimes you have to curve forward, up, and around to give it the right illusion. This area kind of sort of worked. The watch got in the way a little bit. If you're not wearing a watch, you won't have a problem with that. In any case, this is a really quick draw. Should take about 15 minutes or so. Certainly less than 30 for your 30-minute quick draw. But there it is, optical illusion with your hand. I hope you enjoy.